So welcome back to another Gibbs adventure, and today we're out leeching. Checking a few ponds out. So what Kenny's doing here is sorting out the leeches from the bloodsuckers.
So most of them, if you tell a leech, and I'll show you, they'll ball up like that and they'll be flat, and that's how you tell you got a leech. If you look at these other guys here, they're
fat, eh?
Long, fat, and they're jiggly. They're not.
Yeah.
These ones here, if you touch them, they'll ball up.
Yeah.
So the thing about just put them in a pail with really cold water, and they tend to go dormant in there. So they're easy to transport when you're collecting them. All right,
And
I'll let the little guys go.
And this is like a beaver pond along the road. So we're just prospecting to see. This pond, for some reason, has very, very clear water. It's kind of a nice pond, but we're just checking to see. We just put 5 traps in and we got probably a quarter of a pound. There's a leech right there. Kenny. Little guy. So, there you go. And the leech traps are like little accordions sort of thing.
So this one not too much, but you just take them out of the fold. Take them out of the fold, and then you just check them to see if they ball up. And they do, see?
Yeah. Still, those are pretty good sized leeches, though.
Yeah, those are good. Not very much in that trap, but hey,
nope.
Everything counts.
Yeah.
Okay.
The bait was gone in that one too, though, eh?
Yep.
That's interesting. So beaver ponds just don't make beavers; they make minnows and leeches and all kinds of wildlife on it. So if you look here, you'll see the bobbers, the floats. Those are all either leech traps or minnow traps, because we're doing both on this pond. And you know, if you look, you see all the different little sets, but every one is tagged with his name on it, so that if somebody was to pull a trap, they know who it belongs to. And in this case here, in this pond, we're going to work out of the canoe. So we'll see how it goes here. Mostly leeches though, eh, Kenny?
Yeah, mostly leeches.
Yeah.
I was just, I don't know if you can see, but there's a bloodsucker. He's like
jiggly, eh?
Yeah, it's like that. You shake him, he doesn't ball up or nothing. Well, he does a little bit, but like he's like, there's 2 leeches. But so that when we first started leech trapping, we were just doing the fold over traps, and you caught them, but you didn't catch as many as the big W traps, because you have more opportunities on the different folds to catch more leeches with one trap. And it takes almost just as much time to check one single folded one as it does to check a W trap.
So over time you'll weed those out, and
yeah, so just because I'm so new at doing it, it takes still in the learning process for myself anyways to see which ones work better, and probably still got lots to learn, but giving it a try. So we've been using liver. So because it's only been in there once, I've been trying to keep it so I don't have to go get more liver all the time. But so those are all leeches. So that's, I don't know.
Good dozen anyways, eh?
Well, like 3 dozen maybe.
Yeah.
Close to that.
So you've done minnows for 30 years, but you really haven't done very many leeches, right?
Yeah. So even doing minnows, and you've got a full-time job and you're trying to get out and catch minnows, and you don't have the amount of time. Since I retired, I have a little bit more time, and I'm paying a little more attention to where we're catching, water temperatures, to try and get the best outcome of the catch. And with the gas prices and everything, you want to make sure that you're being most efficient as you can.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if you can see this one, but I was even experimenting with different colors just to see if it made a difference. And quite honestly, I haven't been doing it enough right now to know whether it does make a difference. I got red on the outside, and then I have brown on the inside.
And one of the things that you'll notice with the triple fulls is sometimes there's a whack of leeches, and they're not even on the meat, but they're in one of the other folds, and it's probably because they're attracted to they've probably maybe ate, and they're just attracted to the dark spot, right?
Yeah.
And you'll notice there'll be leeches sometimes stuck to the outside of the trap, so you got to try to be careful and not just ram them out of the pond. Take your time and feed them out. So now the battle is to keep them alive. So you got a 12-volt aerator, and that's the tank that the minnows go in, and then the leeches are still in the bucket. Yeah, keep it cool.
Try and keep it cool.
Yeah.
Often I'll just bring ice water that keeps them going.
Bugs aren't too bad today. The old beaver pond has more than one use, eh, Kenny?
It does. Actually, it's probably
One of the most important habitats.
If you're a fur harvester, you catch 2 beavers right now. That's about $30 in fur, and we just probably harvested, I don't know, maybe close to $200 worth of bait between leeches and minnows. Maybe, but I'm just more value in some of the beaver ponds than just the fur that I was always used to catching myself. So
Yeah. Wow, eh?
yeah, 2 traps. These are outsiders.
Throw it up. What's that?
Got lots of little guys.
Lots of keepers though too, eh?
It's raining.
So we just checked this pond out on the way up. We just threw 2 traps in, and that's what we got out of 2 traps. So.
raining, we're not gonna do that much sorting. It's raining. A bunch of little guys, I'm not gonna let these guys go. That's what's recording.
So we're out again today doing some leeches, and we picked up our whole pond and almost missed 4 traps, so Kenny had to go back out and get them. It's another beaver pond here that we're working, and you can't really see much because the water's dirty, but that's our catch of leeches in there. Kenny's gonna come in with 4 more traps. Yeah. Handful on the other side too there, okay. One bloodsucker, I think.
You can tell they curl up. See how they curl up, and they're a little bit hard. If I got a leech, I'll show you the difference.
Yeah, he curls up like this right here.
Yeah.
Right in the ball there, like this little guy. Eh?
Those were all leeches.
Except for this guy, yeah?
There's a bloodsucker for you. Yeah. See if you can tell how jiggly in there, and if you look at these guys, they'll roll up and they're hard and they'll turn.
Yeah.
That's a leech, a bloodsucker, I should say, and those the rest. I will let that big guy go.
Excellent walleye bait. I never really hear guys talk about catching pike with them. You ever hear that? I'll have to ask the boys. I know they love them for walleye. The value of a beaver pond. Water for the boreal forest, bait fish, beaver, muskrats, otter, moose, leeches, lots of flies.
For the birds.
For the birds, for us.
Dragonflies love them.
Yeah. Probably the most valuable asset in biodiversity on a trap line for us up in the north is to have a beaver pond. And they have a lifespan too. I mean, they get to a certain age where they're not really productive anymore, and it's good when they get drawn down. But see a little piece of liver left. Grow the next crop. You can cut a tree once every 100 years, but you can trap minnows and the leeches out of this pond every year. So, but got to give credit to the logging companies. It gives us a good road to get here. Oh, there's a muskrat or a beaver over there swimming. Right at the edge of the tree line over there. It's odd that he's out in the middle of the day. It's just about 1 o'clock here.
So there we go, 5 traps. That's what we got. That's not a good catch, but it's better than nothing.
It's a long way to come for nothing. Yeah, see how he curls right up when I touch him there like that? That's a leech.
And we'll just put them right in the pot. I like to bring ice water to keep them nice and cool. And you can keep them in the truck with ice water. You don't have to worry about anything else. There we go. This is one of our leech traps, and we have to have your name on the trap. These are just the binder clips that you get at
Staples or anywhere like that, yeah.
So you'd open them up, you'd put your liver in there, and then I'd put another piece of liver in here. Then I would put the clip on, and then I would make sure that these aren't pinched tight, but a little bit so that the leeches can wiggle their way in. And the same thing over there, I always check that. And then if I have to, if this opens up too much, I'll put a third clip on, but usually it's pretty good like that. And that just sits flat on the bottom of the pond, and through the evening they'll slide in there, and then they'll stay in there when you pick up the trap in the morning. And you got to make sure that when you do pick it up, you bring it up really slow, because sometimes there's lots even sticking to the bottom that you're able to get the ones on the bottom also.
And it's better to have it anchored in the center, right?
Yeah, I like it like that, because if it comes up like this, they tend to want to slide out the end. So just probably helps a little bit that it's anchored in the middle for me anyways.
And leeches, when they're trapped like this, they're caught, you sell them by the pound, right?
Yeah.
And so roughly how many leeches to a pound?
So
depending on the size, I guess.
We just did some counting depending on the size, anywhere from about 16 dozen to 18 dozen leeches in a pound. So
okay.
Yeah.
And how much will a trap get on a good day?
On a good day, you'll probably get 3 dozen good leeches, maybe 4 dozen, but that's on a good day, and I haven't had very many of those.
It's some days none.
Yeah, sometimes you think, oh, there's all the liver.
Yeah, or there's no liver and no leeches. So for storage, what do you do with the leeches?
So for storage, I don't catch a real ton, but like yesterday we got 10 pounds. So we just got rid of them, sent them to the bait shop today, but 10 pounds will go in here. We'll put them in there. And there's just water in here right now, but 10 pounds will easily fit in there. You just put them in the fridge, put them in there and leave them there. And all you got to do to maintain them is, at the beginning, the water gets dirty right away, but after that, you can every 2-3 days, depending on the amount of leeches you have in there, you can just change the water less frequent, but as long as you keep it cold, they will stay good for quite a long time.
Okay, I know sometimes you can store them for weeks into months if you keep the water fresh.
So when we go out, we have containers, and we've already cut up our liver, and so when we're in the boat, we're just taking pieces and putting them in. So we do all the prep in town before we go out, and then we'll bring 2 containers like that. That's a smaller one. No, they're all that size, but one of these will do about 40 traps. So we have 3 or 4 containers, and we'll put them in as we go. And then you're not wasting so much time out in the bush. Everything's all ready to go.
Right on.